Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome to today's pregnancy update. So today I'm going to be updating you for weeks 26 and 27 of my pregnancy with baby number 3. So if you're new to my channel, then I'm currently pregnant with a little girl. She's going to be my 3rd child. So I've got a daughter, a son, and then obviously I'm going to have another daughter. So I wanted to give you just a roundup of how I've been feeling during weeks 26 and 27. I'm actually currently 28 weeks pregnant, so I like to just get through the weeks before I give you an update, and that way I can really tell you sort of like any new cravings I've had, any symptoms I've had, just generally how I'm feeling. And I've got, you can probably hear in the background, just a few little purchases that I have made that I thought would be really fun to share with you, and some pre-loved as well. I'll explain a bit more about that in the video. But if you want to see my week 27 and week 26 pregnancy update, then please keep watching. Okay, so jumping straight in, there's been a little bit to update you on. So first of all, if you're new to my channel, then this pregnancy, it's not a high risk pregnancy, but I am being very closely monitored, purely because of growth restrictions with my daughter, who's my eldest. I had the same with my son, but he grew perfectly. But when we've gone for scans with this baby girl, she seems to be following a very similar pattern to Darcy, my eldest. So she's measuring on the smaller side. So, I mean, that could just be her. She is still following, or she was, sorry, still following the centile that she was on. So she hadn't, when we last had a scan, she hadn't dipped below or gone above. She was following that path. So that just might be, obviously, what's normal for her. But they are keeping a very close eye on me. I had to have 2 cesarean sections with my other 2. So, obviously, there's going to be a whole discussion about how we deliver this baby. I haven't yet got that far because I'm going to do another update, but I've got a hospital where I talk to the doctor's consultants and have another growth scan coming up in my 28 weeks. So I'll update you, and that will be another video. So this is purely for my 26 and 27 week update. So I actually had a midwife appointment at the end of 27 weeks. So that was for my 28 week appointment. Now, because my weeks change over on a Saturday, they wanted to see me just before. So I went in on the Friday, so literally a day before I turned 28 weeks, rather than do it the following week when I'd be into my 28th week. I think that was purely because I needed to have bloods done to check my iron levels, and lots of other things like that. So week 26 was absolutely fine. In general, I'm actually feeling really well. Just obviously the usual, I feel a little bit more tired than I have done over the last couple of weeks. I've actually found myself falling asleep and having a nap on the sofa, which is really unheard of. And obviously I've mentioned before that in the mornings I'm quite tired. I'm obviously finding that I'm getting up a few more times during the night to use the toilet. But obviously that's nothing new. Obviously, if you haven't been pregnant before, typically the further into your pregnancy you get with obviously baby growing and pressing on your bladder, obviously they can change positions, things like that. You can need to go to the wee a bit more, obviously. And yeah, that happens a lot at night. Now, I didn't actually experience that with my first because she was actually a breech baby, but last I checked, and at the midwife last week, they confirmed, because I had a good feel of my tummy, that she is head down. So that would explain why I feel quite a lot of pressure. So I've still been getting the Braxton Hicks contractions. Now, I did phone up the midwife prior to my appointment, and she told me to monitor them. If they fall into any kind of like really regular pattern, then I was to go straight to the assessment unit at the delivery hospital. But there hasn't been like a really consistent pattern. I mean, it can be that there's a contraction every sort of like minute or so, like really frequently, and then I can go hours with nothing in my belly. It's nice and relaxed and it's not painful. But when I am having the tightenings, I find it goes so tight it almost hurts to like touch my belly. But like I said, nothing regular, so there's been no need for concern there. However, I have been to the assessment unit because following on from my midwife appointment, she checked my blood pressure, she took blood from me, had a feel around, and we talked about baby's movements. Now, one thing that's actually happened over the last 10 days is her movements have changed. Now, the midwife said that that shouldn't really happen, that from about week 24 the baby will fall into a pattern and you will notice that will become consistent every day. Now, obviously everybody's is different, so everybody's baby will move at different times of the day, will move for a different amount of time. So what I was finding is that when I would get up in the morning, she would be so active. She wouldn't necessarily get me up during the night from movement. I'd be able to sleep through that. Obviously I'm sure she does move at night because she's not going to obviously sleep for like 7 hours straight, but it's not been enough to get me up. So when I get up in the morning or turn over as I'm coming out of my sleep when my alarm goes off, I'd feel kicks, movement, pressure, that sort of thing. Then throughout the morning I'd have steady movements. Now what I found over the last 10 days or so is that has completely slowed down. There have been movements there, but they've completely changed, and it's been very, very quiet over the morning. So I did mention this. The midwife listened in, she could hear baby's heartbeat, everything seemed fine, but she wanted me to go to the assessment unit just to be checked. So once I'd finished my appointment with her and she'd obviously written all my notes up in my maternity book, I headed to the hospital. Now what they did there, obviously the midwife had called ahead of time to just explain the reason why I was going, and it was just to have like a second opinion really, just to make sure everything's okay. I had the now I'm forgetting what the name of it is, but I had the machine basically where you have the straps around your belly, so you've got one measuring any contractions of the uterus and then one that sits there to measure baby's heartbeat. So I had that done. I had about an hour wait before I was seen, so obviously it was quite busy. You can never really tell. I've been up there before with my other pregnancies and been seen straight away, and then other times I've had like a really long wait. But the midwife was lovely who I saw. I ended up being on the monitor for about an hour. Usually it's only about a 20-minute trace, because what happened was it was quite hard to find a heartbeat initially, and when they put the probe on my belly to then strap it around, baby would move position, which was crazy because obviously I'd gone up there with reduced movement, but obviously it's a good thing because we want her to move, so it's always the way. But what happened is when they managed to get me in a position, they were tracing and her heart rate just completely dipped. I mean, it went down from like, it was ranging between, I don't know, say 120 to 148 I think was the highest. Really nice pattern. Obviously I had my little clicker so I could click when I felt movements, and then all of a sudden it started slowly dropping, and I noticed it was as I was getting the tightening, and then it went down to like 83 and it didn't bounce back up for a good few minutes, so all the alarms started going off and I was on my own and I was really panicked. So they had me on my side, then they did a good monitor, then for the rest of the time on my side. It dipped again one other time, but other than that they managed to get really nice traces. So the doctor said that they were happy for me to go home, but that I had to monitor movements, and obviously if I was concerned at all I just need to go straight back up there. Following on from that though, she has been actually moving like crazy, so we don't know why. We literally don't know why her heart was doing that. I guess we can see when we have a scan at our consultant if like she's changed position or anything like that. But yeah, other than that, that's the only kind of like big update that I need to update you on. In terms of my symptoms, I've been finding I've been getting quite a lot of indigestion, not just necessarily when I've eaten either. So like I'll be sat there and it will actually feel like I've got something stuck in my throat, as though something's coming up. So I do need to speak to the midwife, which I did forget about in my appointment because obviously we started talking about assessment units and it kind of all just went a bit over my head. So I need to get some heartburn medication because I'm pretty sure it is indigestion, so I can get that through my midwife. And also another symptom, this was happening on and off for about the last month or so, but this has been happening like multiple times a night now, is leg cramps in both of my legs. Now, it actually happened this morning as well. It was about 6 AM, and I don't know if I'm doing something in the night with my feet, sorry. So I think what I'm doing is, as I'm sleeping with my legs out, 'cause I've got my big pregnancy pillow, and obviously I switch positions from my side, like different sides. But I think what I must be doing is I must be flexing my foot and then doing that. And I think by me doing that, but I don't know I'm doing it because I'm obviously doing it in my sleep. But I woke up this morning like with a jolt and I could feel the muscle, but it was both of them exactly the same time. I could feel both of them going really, really tight. And usually what I do is if I then put my toes forward and just lean up, relax, stretch the legs out, I can stop it actually going into a full cramp. So I've been really good at being able to catch it before it will go into a full cramp. Obviously sometimes it doesn't happen, but this morning, no, I didn't. They both went into full cramp at exactly the same time. And I'm hobbling, my calf muscles are so sore. So yeah, if you've got any tips with what can help with that, please let me know in the comments, because the backs of my legs are very, very sore, so Tom's been having to massage me. I am going to give you a bump update. I feel like my bump has got a bit bigger. The outfit I'm wearing today I think does accentuate it. I think I wore this jumpsuit in one of my other vlogs. But yeah, I will give you a bump update. But I think those are my only symptoms at the moment. I've not had any nausea, any sickness. So all in all, I feel really, really well and really good. Obviously I've got my other two children, so it's not stopped me being able to do anything with them, which I'm really grateful for. So we're all kind of enjoying this process, and yeah, I want it to be really positive because obviously it's going to be more than likely my last pregnancy. So yeah, I just want to really enjoy it, soak up all the weeks, which is why I'm doing these updates, so I could obviously look back on these because I wasn't on YouTube when I had my other two. But before we do the bump update, I just really quickly want to talk you through just a few of the purchases, and then I will just let you know what else we've got on the agenda. Okay, yes, so I made a bit of a mental note on my phone of things that I knew we needed to get, and what I'm planning on doing is a bit closer to my due date, when hopefully we've got a bit more of a setup, because at the moment she doesn't have a bedroom, which is fine because she'll be in our room obviously for the first 6 months or so anyway, but I kind of have stuff dotted around everywhere. So we have started buying bigger things, but things like nursery furniture, the big crib, we haven't got anything because she won't be in that anyway. We've just got this snooze pod that will go next to our bed for the first 6 months. So when I get a bit closer and the house is a bit more sorted, building works calm down, I'm planning on filming you know, like an essentials. Now what I have done, as I said, I've made a bit of a mental note of things that I know we need to buy, and we took delivery last week of the car seat. So I went for the Bugaboo Turtle Air, which is the collaboration with Nuna, and we got the base, so that's done. I really had my heart set on that. The reviews were amazing. It fit perfectly in the car. We tested it out. I'll insert a picture here because we've actually had to put it in the loft, so it was all in the big boxes it came in, but I will pop a picture here of how it looks in the car. Obviously Darcy and Ollie were in there testing it out because we needed to make sure that all three of them fit in the car. That was like weighing on my mind heavily, but they do, thankfully. And then obviously I tried it out on the buggy. We've got my buggy is what I use for my son, so I'm using just the Bugaboo B3. I checked it when I brought it down from the loft. So yeah, the frame is the Bugaboo B3. Obviously I've got the car seat that can clip on it with the adapters. I got the adapters off of eBay just because they were almost half price if I bought them brand new. I've cleaned them up myself, no one would ever know. And I also bought the Carry Cot pram. Again, I'll pop a picture up here. If you didn't see my other vlog, I did show what it looked like in there. We got that off Facebook Marketplace because the lady said she barely used it. Paid £75 for it and they retail for about 200, so amazing saving there. So wherever I can, I have been looking at Preloved. The Sleepyhead that I got that quite early on in my pregnancy, but again I got that off of eBay. It's all been washed. It came in all the original packaging, like no one would know, and I bought that for about £40 and then postage on top, so I didn't spend any more than about £50 on it, so I had a huge saving there. So I'm just very conscious that I know they don't use things an awful lot. It's nice to have, so I'm more than happy to look at Preloved items. So a couple of bits I've got here are Preloved, so I just thought I would show you those. So first up, I wanted to get her, because of the time of year here in the UK when she's going to be born, we're moving into our like autumn winter when the weather is very unpredictable. I mean, it can be fairly mild one day and then freezing the next day, raining. Obviously we just get it all here, so I wanted to get her some kind of like pram suit that I know will keep her warm, and I spotted one when I went to Mama's and Papa's. Beautiful. I was umming and ahhing about buying it, but it was $39.99, and I just said to my husband, because I'm pretty certain she's going to be on the smaller side, I would probably, rather than getting just 0 to 3, I would probably need to get newborn as well, and I was not about to spend £80 on 2 pram suits because they grow so quickly. So I was looking on eBay, and someone luckily was selling it. Quite honestly, it doesn't even look like it's been used, and I won this for under a £5, so I'm so chuffed. So it just looks like this. It's such a lovely floral with the lovely pink inside, really easy access, so it's got zip here and here, and this whole front just flips down. So this is in the size newborn, so this is up to £10.7, which hopefully she should get some good wear out of. And then I managed to find one again in 0 to 3, so that will last her right until after Christmas when we go into the new year. And then obviously I'll probably need to get her a 3 to 6 month one, and then we should then be coming into our spring, so that she won't need one for then. But yeah, I have my heart set on this floral. The 0 to 3 is also exactly the same, it's just the next size up. So that's the first item. Next up, I found a shop through Instagram, and I've fallen in love literally with everything on there. It's amazing. So it's an independent shop. They're called Avery Row. Now I didn't really have these with the other two, but I wanted the muslin swaddles, so the really big ones that you can swaddle them all up in, because Ollie really loved to be swaddled. So I'm going to try it obviously with this baby. And this particular shop has lots of different, well not lots, they've got about 5 or 6 different designs that they do, and they have different items within that range, if that makes sense. And I saw this peach one, I mean, I can't, it is so lovely, and the quality is absolutely amazing. So I got this, I think this was £19, but I signed up to their the like newsletter mailing list, and I got 10% off my order. So I did buy that, and it is huge. I'm not going to unravel it here, but I mean, it's 120 centimeters by 120 centimeters. It's absolutely huge. If I hold it up, it's just massive. And then I also ordered the changing mat. So I was originally going to get the I think it's Ellie, the like wicker basket with the liner that you put in, and this shop does the liners to fit inside of them, because I've seen them on Instagram and they do look lovely on top of the drawers, but I just thought, how practical is it? Like, it looks lovely, how practical is it? So then I saw that they were doing these wedge mats, completely wipeable. The cover zips off so you can put it in the wash. It's super soft, and obviously it's raised on the sides, and it's in the peach, so I'll show you that up close. I love it. I love it so much. So I'm hoping if we can get the loft done, things go okay with that, we can start getting her bedroom, so her little bits like this can be organised. Because if I have a C-section, I'm just a bit conscious that I want this kind of like on some drawers, because I'm not going to be particularly able to like bend over on the bed very well with my incision. So that's just what I'm a little bit conscious. I don't mind that she's not going to have a nursery for a while, because she's not going to be in there, but it's just mainly things like changing her nappies, and I just want somewhere to store her clothes really, because at the moment what I've done, I've cleared all of my winter clothes out and put them in the like storage bags that you suck down with the Hoover, just so she's got a route in my wardrobe. But it's quite hard to see because obviously my clothes are long, so they go over them. And yeah, I would just love to be able to obviously get into the nesting like phase and start organising. So yeah, we'll see. Obviously, if you're subscribed to my channel and you watch any of my vlogs, I give you all updates on the home. I've showed so many updates on like the current build that we've been doing on the side. So yeah, stay tuned for that. But I just wanted to show you this. This was £45. Again, I ordered it with the swaddle, so I got the 10% off, so it worked out like £41 and some pence. But I just love it. I love the print so much. And then a couple of little bits. So as I said, we've ordered the car seat. Things like that have already arrived, the bigger things, but I haven't got them here to show you because they're literally in my loft because my house is chaotic right now. But these came this morning, so I want to show you these. So they're just some more little pretties for her hair. So I've got a really good selection of little bows now. So I'm planning on getting like maybe like a jewelry, like what you can hook necklaces over, and then I can just have them dangling off for like, so they're accessible. But these are from again, it's from Instagram, a brand called Paper Crown. I'll link them below. They're not gifted or anything. I bought all of these, and the lady was lovely. She just sent me a really sweet message saying that she hopes I love them, which I do. So I saw this one. So this is like classed as the top knot, and it's just got those lovely sunflowers on them. Can you see? It's like a neutral cream. I think this was £5. I'll link the website below, so obviously you can have a little look, and I'll link her Instagram because she's got lots of like shots on her Instagram grid and on her stories of like how these have been styled, etc. So again, from the same store, Paper Crown Shop UK, I think it is. I got these smaller ones. So these come with the tan. You can pick whether you want this backing to be white or tan, but I do quite like this tanned colour, like a, I don't know what you'd, like a beigey colour, but it's so soft and so stretchy. So I got two. So one is just like a cream linen, and the other one is just white with a floral. So I'll give you a close-up of those. How lovely are they? I think these were like £3 each. So yeah, they're going to go in the little bow collection that I've got going on. I'm so excited. Like, honestly, I'm so excited to meet her. We don't have a name yet. I've mentioned this in so many of my other videos, but we're still undecided on the name. I get asked all the time about my weight gain. I don't know, to be honest, because I don't weigh myself, because that's like one of my triggers. I can get quite obsessive over the scale, so I don't know where they are. I think they're in the loft somewhere, which is probably a good thing, because with my other two pregnancies I was really obsessed with how much I had to put on, and I put on about 4 stone with both my other two children. I don't feel like I've put that much on with this pregnancy, because I'm so active still. I haven't been working out. I haven't worked out since about week 13, but I'm still managing my 10,000 steps a day because I'm still working. Obviously I've got 2 children now, so it's just a totally different pregnancy experience than my other two. We've got so much going on with the house, so I'm always so busy, but obviously I'm really mindful to take rest when I need to. So yeah, I think that's going to wrap up this pregnancy update. I'm going to give you a bump update now, and you can see how baby girl is growing in my tummy. So that's going to wrap up my video today. I hope you enjoyed that bump update at the end. If you've got any questions, then please feel free to leave them down below. Any tips for leg cramps, oh my gosh, please drop them down below, because my calves are so sore, like so sore. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. If you're not already, I hope you'll consider hitting that subscribe button and joining us on this journey, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye everyone.
Someone to save me, no, and don't come running to blame me. From miles away I can tell that something's off. The way you look and how you